Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad.
Nervous, mate?
We're not far off now.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
Joe,
Yeah?
You've got to pin that on.
Oh, yeah, how do I do this?
We found it looked, I think it's too high up if we have it there, but if we have it there.
Yeah?
so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put it an inch above the breast nipple. Here.
Yeah, I think if it goes up in the actual buttonhole, it's too close to your face.
Ow!
Oh, it's got, no, don't stab my...
Yeah.
Time to go.
That's perfect, yeah. Time to go. Okay. So as you go through, if you go through that gate, there's water in the tub and there's confetti as well. So grab some confetti. Eh? We're on. This is it. Do or die.
I've seen it all. Our story's been heartache and wonder. This universe ain't big enough to keep us apart, no, not ever. How many times did we stumble? How many times was it worth every fall? There's just something that keeps us together. Whenever my world moves from yours, I will always be with you. Got your name on my heart in the shape of there ain't nothing like you in this world that I know. And darling, I will never let you go. I will always be with you. You will always be here in my heart. The two of us, we got it all. Don't need no designer distractions. 'Cause in the end, I found a friend, my one and my only obsession. How many times did we stumble? How many times was it worth every fall? There's just something that keeps us together. Whenever my world moves from yours, I will always be with you. Got your name on my heart in the shape of a tattoo. It's my favorite piece of art. There ain't nothing like you in this world that I know. And darling, I will never let you go. I will always be with you. You will always be here in my heart. Come.
Thank you, darling. Can we please welcome Tyler and our beautiful bride, who's already teary. Mothers and sons share a special bond, and her wedding day is one of the significant occasions that this relationship can be publicly acknowledged. Tyler today represents the whole extended family, but in this special gesture, he illustrates his deep love for his mother. So it is with great pleasure that I now ask, who presents this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
You do. Fantastic. Is there anything you'd like to say to Joe while we're here?
Congratulations.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, could you give your mum's hand to, and we're going to walk up now. Okay. Thank you very much, Tyler. If you'd like to either join us here or sit, whichever you'd like to do. Can we come down a bit? And we're going to face outwards. I hadn't realised you liked purple. I invite you all. Are you going to stand up here or are you going to sit down?
You can't kiss me, eh?
Okay. And are you going to stand up here or are you going to sit down too?
I'll sit
Best
down.
girl. Okay. I invite you all to be truly present at this special time. With this in mind, Natalie and Joe have asked for you all to please turn your phones to silent, as they would like you to encourage you to capture how it feels with your hearts. They have hired a photographer, the wonderful Grace, who's up the back, and they are happy for you to take some photos. But ask that you are aware of where Grace is, and please don't post anything to Facebook or any other social media today. And even tomorrow might be negotiable. They have also hired people to live stream this to the UK and to wherever. Hello, how are you? What's the weather like over there? Cool. Let's introduce the wedding party, and I ask that they take a bow when their name is mentioned. Our best boy, because he said I could say it, is Joe.
Ah,
Did he?
He did.
best
Thought it was
boy.
great. And
I've
our,
been a
best,
boy for a long time.
and our best girl is Rosie. Take a bow. Welcome. My name is Susie Roberts and I'm a marriage celebrant duly appointed to conduct marriages according to the law of Australia. Now I need to know that you can all hear. Fantastic, because it is a legal requirement. Before we move into the official ceremony, Nat and Joe would like to remember some special people in their lives who are no longer living. Their mothers, Sheila and Nikki. We will spend a minute lighting the candle for them, and this candle will burn for the duration of the ceremony. Please take a minute to remember loved ones who cannot be with us on this very special day. Would you like to go over and
Turn it on.
turn it on? Yes.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
I just got my phone so I put it away.
No, it's not. It's all right, isn't it?
It's pretty.
Yeah.
We're ready to go?
We're ready to
We're
go.
ready to go. Edward Monckton's poem, In That Still and Settled Place, describes love as, in that still and settled place, there's nobody but you. You're where I breathe my oxygen. You're where I see my view. And when the world feels full of noise, my heart knows what to do. It finds that still and settled place and dances there with you. Friends and family, we have been invited here today to share with Natalie and Joe a very important moment in their lives. In the years they've been together, their love and understanding of each other has grown and matured. And now they have decided to live their lives together as husband and wife.
Finally.
Finally, she says.
Yes, finally.
It took him so long. I would like you to welcome you all today to celebrate this wedding, and Natalie and Joe want everyone here to know that your presence is particularly welcome. We are gathered here today to celebrate one of life's greatest moments and to add our best wishes to the words that will unite this couple in marriage. Let this day be a day of gladness, thanksgiving, possibility and great good fortune for this delightful couple who have called us together to bear witness as they publicly affirm the private commitment that they already share. Nat and Joe, to marry is the biggest risk in human relations that a person can take. Committing ourselves to one person for life is not a rejection of freedom. Rather, it demands the courage to move into all of the risks of freedom and the risk of love that is permanent. Your lives will change and your responsibilities will increase. But your joy, trust and understanding will be multiplied if you are sincere and earnest in your pledge to one another. But remember that love is not meant to be the possession of two people alone. Rather, let it serve as a source of common energy, as a form in which you find the strength to live your lives with courage. From this day onward, you must come closer than ever before. But at the same time, get a bit closer, guys. But at the same time, your love should give you the strength to stand apart and seek out your own destinies, to make your special contribution to the world, which is always part of us and more than us. Now, you met in 2005 when you were both working at the same nick, but didn't start dating until 2008. Nat really, really fancied Joe. Who are we waving
Sit
to?
down. I'm letting him sit
Oh,
down.
sorry.
We're getting on
long
now, we know.
story.
We're getting on.
So that was my fault. I am terribly sorry.
They're all like, oh God, oh God.
Does anybody need just a little moment to catch their breath and stuff?
No.
I sure will at the end of this, let me tell you. Okay, you met in 2005 when you were both working at the same nick, but didn't start dating until 2008. Now, Nat really, really fancied Joe. In fact, when she was telling me, it was kind of like, but thought that he was out of her league because he was one of the governors and that he would never look at her. And this bloke was always on the scrounge for food.
Yeah.
Always looking out for something and always foraging around her desk. I don't know why she didn't take that as the hint that it was. Nat had a lint chocolate bunny on her desk, which is here with us today, which her best friend bought her for Easter, and this mysteriously went missing, and she blamed her other friend Stumpy for its disappearance. Over the period of a few weeks, Nat would come into the office, and there on her desk would be a ransom note. Other times the ribbon and the bell was sent on another ransom note, saying that the bunny would get it.
Shocking.
Nat continued to blame Stumpy for stealing the bunny, until one day something clicked after talking with Joe. It was the way he'd said something that made her think there was more to it, and that maybe he liked her too. It's the first time I've ever had a romance that was predicated on a stolen chocolate rabbit.
In a prison as well.
In
Come
a
on.
prison as well. She decided to send him an email and took one deep breath, and in the email simply said, "My mobile number is." That night, and she described this to me while we were sitting over coffee, that night she sat with the phone, watching it, making sure it worked, picking it up, watching it a bit more until late in the evening. And then finally, at around 9:30 that night, he got his bottle up and the phone rang. They talked for hours and realised that they had both been admiring each other from afar, both thinking that the other wouldn't be interested.
True.
And it was on from the start. They fitted together perfectly, like mirror images of each other. And Stumpy still gets the blame for the chocolate bunny. They moved in together in late 2008 and then had a wonderful opportunity to move to Australia. Their visas came through on the 24th of December 2010, and their move to Darwin was arranged, and they landed in Australia on the 14th of January 2011, which happens to be Nat's mum's birthday. They headed straight into work in Oz, working at the several immigration centres in Darwin, before transferring to the Villawood Centre in Sydney in 2006, which Joe was asked to run. In 2019, Joe was asked to be part of the commissioning team for the new Grafton jail and travelled up from Sydney to Grafton every week whilst Nat and Tyler stayed in Sydney. He delighted her with her dream home, yep, this one, as a Valentine's Day present in 2019. Joe had to rough it on a camp bed for 5 months until Nat and Tyler moved up in October 2019. Now, as a couple, they share a massive love of 80s music, have enjoyed some epic concerts, especially being in the VIP front row for Phil Collins. They both adore their home and garden, and they also share a passion for dogs, sharing their lives with Maximus and Apollo, the new pup, and the beautiful blue and gold macaw, Nina. Cindy, their other fur baby, did not make it to be here today. The angels recently called her to them early, but she will be here in heart and spirit, and more than likely sat right beside Nat as we speak. They also love to jet ski and hang out as a family. Tyler is pretty chilled out and just goes with the flow. He is a budding chef in the making and has made them both proud over the years with what he has done and continues to achieve. Nat and Joe love to Netflix and chill, especially watching old pommy shows and movies. They talked a lot about stability and love and how they have both given that to each other over the years and fit together perfectly. Jesus, I'd forgotten how much of a novel
Yeah.
this was.
That's why I said sit
Hello,
down.
Jessica. Joe's
Jessica's
daughter
watching.
Jessica moved over to Australia for a few months. But as she is a ginger, she found Darwin too much and returned back to the UK. Jessica and her partner Callum have given them both a gorgeous granddaughter, Gracie, who they both adore so much, even though Nat does call her DC, the devil's child. And they have visited twice in the last few years. Joe's son Luke and grandson Bobby are yet to make the trip to Australia. Get over here soon. Have a look at their backyard.
Yes.
Sorry, I shouldn't yell at you. One of their greatest joys in moving to the Clarence Valley was being reunited with Rosie and John. Please take a bow. The best girl and the best boy. Their bestest of friends who they met in Darwin and were separated when work sent them to different states for a few years. And as they both described to me, it is wonderful they are back together once again and consider John and Rosie as their family. And no love story is complete without the proposal. On the 12th of January 2020, Nat was on a Lifeline shift, and Joe had told Nat that he would take her to the shift as he was going to look around the area for things to do, as Jessica, Callum and Gracie were coming for a holiday. After her shift ended, Joe told her he had found this place where you could walk among the trees and thought Jess and Callum would like it. So he took her to Sealy Point Lookout at Coffs Harbour. Nat said it was a beautiful view. The lookout was swaying a little as it was windy. And as they arrived, it was crowded with tourists. And then all of a sudden, everyone seemed to go. And she felt Joe tapping her on the shoulder and then spun around. And as she had looked, he had dropped to one knee and proposed. A very romantic spot.
Oh, foolish.
Totally unlike Joe to be a romantic softie, said Nat. He had had the ring made at the jeweller in the Queen Victoria building and had planned this for some time. And all that time Nat had never realised. She also recalls a time when she thought that Joe was going to propose on Christmas Day 2011. He had been talking about this expensive present.
It was.
It was, yeah.
Nat thought, this is it. And as Joe presented her with a gift on Christmas morning, she ripped off the paper, literally peeing herself with excitement. Must have been a great Christmas morning, you guys. She found he had bought her, wait for it, an iPhone.
Up to date,
An
state of the art.
iPhone.
Yeah.
You can get them on a plan, you don't need to buy them. Did Joe realise that Nat was gutted? No. She covered it up well and made out she was happy.
She did.
With the iPhone, and only in the last few years told him about what she thought it was going to be and how she felt. Joe said he'd never realised. God, men are dumb sometimes.
Definitely.
However, finally, here we are today to cement their love for each other. And finally, we hear everyone say, finally.
Finally.
Finally. Yep. They have had their ups and downs and have always stayed strong. They tell me they've never argued. They have a question they ask each other all the time. Are you on top of the world? And it has become their own phrase to understand where each other is at. Now they haven't heard this because they wrote this in secret. I got little secret notes handed to me. When I asked Nat to tell me what she loves about Joe, she wanted to write it down. And here is what she said. I love his amazing personality. Funny, charismatic, sensitive, caring, nurturing, loving, devoted, dedicated. And he has the ability to make everyone smile.
Did I forget big-headed as well? Did you hear it?
No.
Yes, I know. I know modest wasn't in there. I didn't hear. Her response to how does Joe make you feel was he makes me feel like a princess. He puts me on a pedestal where I feel like I'm on top of the world. Her one word to describe him was captivating. When I asked Joe to tell me what he loves about Nat, he wrote, her beauty.
Aww.
I noticed Nat as I went about my daily duties at work, not realising that she felt the same way. No, she didn't think you were beautiful, she thought you were a hunk. One Easter, I decided to take the plunge and it paid off. When I asked how Nat makes him feel, he wrote, wait for it, on top of the world. This is the catchphrase that they both use to tell each other how they are currently feeling about each other. When I asked him for one word to describe Nat, he replied, loving. And then added, because he's a man, has to add.
Always have the last word.
Yeah. He then added, it is hard to summarise in one word as it doesn't do her justice. Natalie and Joe, yours is a huge love, a love that has travelled great distances. a love that insists on cheekiness and button pushing, a love full of give and take, a love that has weathered the storms. Yours is a brave love found through interesting times, and a love that touches those that come in contact with you. It is truly a grand love, an inspired and inspiring love, and it has been my great pleasure to see just a small part of it. Now, could I invite the amazing Mel Windmill up to do a reading, please? Do you want the mic or not?
No, I'm all good.
You're all good?
Congratulations. Yeah,
Cheers,
I'm all
mate.
good. Thank
Go
you.
for it, darling.
Marry your best friend. And I do not say that lightly. Really, truly find the strongest, happiest friendship in the person that you fall in love with. Someone who speaks highly of you, someone who can laugh with you, the kind of laughs that make your belly ache and your nose snort. The embarrassing, earnest, healing kind of laughs, which is important. Life is too short not to love someone who lets you be a fool with them. Make sure they are somebody who lets you cry, because despair will come. Find someone that you want to be there with you through these times. Most importantly, marry the one that makes passion, love and madness combine and course through you. A love that will never dilute, even when the waters get deep and dark.
Oh, thank
Congratulations,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we're about to get to the legal stuff.
Ooh.
So this is where
come
we
back
put
out
on
now.
our
Start
serious...
There's the doctor.
Hey,
Sorry, Susan.
hey,
She'll smack
do you know what I did for the last bloke that did that? I'll tell you later. I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Now, would you please face each other and hold hands?
Ooh.
Okay, no, what did I tell you? Thank you.
Don't look away because she'll smack you.
This is what the young make us remember, that in the end it is all very simple. That all it takes is to look into someone's eyes and say, yeah, no, yes, this is what I want, and for them to reply, it's what I want too. And there is nothing to be afraid of. Joe, do you take Natalie to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you commit to love her, be honest, faithful and kind to her? Do you commit your life to her, embracing all joys and sorrows, all triumphs and hardships?
I do.
Loud enough so that they can all...
I do.
Fantastic. Natalie, do you take Joe to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you commit to love him, be honest, faithful and kind to him? Do you commit your life to him, embracing all joys and sorrows, all triumphs and hardships?
I do.
I do. Natalie and Joe would like the sharing of their vows to be a time of reflection for you, whether it is remembering your own wedding and the vows that you have always shared, or looking to the future and the vows that you can go same. So can you perhaps take a quiet moment to reflect on all the love that you have in your life? Okay, this is where the rubber hits the road, right? Repeat after me, please. I call upon the persons here present
To witness that I,
Joseph Barry Birch,
take you,
Natalie Jane Dykes,
Natalie Jane Dykes,
to be my lawfully wedded wife.
to be my lawfully wedded wife.
You have been my best friend,
You have been my best friend,
mentor,
mentor,
playmate,
playmate,
confidant,
confidant,
and my greatest challenge.
and my greatest challenge.
But most importantly,
But most importantly,
you are the love of my life,
you are the love of my life.
and you make me happier
And you make me happier
than I could ever imagine,
than I could ever imagine,
more loved,
more loved
than I ever thought possible.
than I ever thought possible.
You have made me a better person
You have made me a better person
as our love for one another
as our love for one another
is reflected in the way
is reflected in the way
I live my life.
I live my life.
So I am truly blessed
So I am truly blessed
to be part of your life,
to be part of your life,
which as of today
becomes our life together.
becomes our life together. Nat,
Yes.
I call upon the persons here present
I call upon the persons here present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Natalie Jane Dykes,
Natalie Jane Dykes,
take you,
Joseph
Barry Birch,
Joseph Barry Birch,
to be my lawfully wedded husband.
to be my lawfully wedded husband.
Joe, I love you,
Joe, I love you.
and I can't believe
I can't believe
that from today
from today
I get to be married to you.
that I get to be married to you.
You are my closest friend
You are my closest friend
and my love,
and my love,
and I'm all into.
and I'm all in too.
I promise to support and protect you,
I promise to support and protect you,
to challenge and inspire you,
to challenge and inspire you,
to trust in you and care for you.
to trust in you and care for you.
I promise to laugh and cry with you,
I promise to laugh and cry with you,
to have fun and adventure,
to have fun and adventure,
and to keep singing our favourite songs.
and keep singing our favourite songs.
I always want the best for you,
I always want the best for you,
and I know that no matter what we face,
and I know that no matter what we face,
I agree we will have the best life together.
I agree that we will have the best life together.
I promise to honour
I promise to honour
and tenderly care for you,
and tenderly care for you,
to cherish and encourage
to cherish and encourage
your own fulfilment
your own fulfilment
as an individual
as an individual
for the rest of my life.
for the rest of my life.
Forever in your minds and in your hearts. But words are fleeting and the sound of them is soon gone. And so those who marry wear rings as visible, tangible symbols of their commitment to each other. They are a reminder and a celebration of the promises you have made today. And in exchanging these rings, you have joined your two lives together. Could the best boy please come forward with the rings?
Best boy. Got a little tear escaping here.
Okay, now we have to open it up. Where are the rings? Right. Joe's going to put one on Nat first. Okay. Now, normally when I have lads here, I get them to stand and make sure that Dad puts the ring on the right finger. Are you going to do that for us?
I can do that. I've
If you-
been,
if you
been
stand-
holding his hand for 10 years.
Okay, if you stand back slightly so the girl can get the photo though. Okay, could you put that onto her knuckle please? As a symbol of how... No, you're not looking at me, darling.
I told you.
I have one of you at home. Oh, I have a toy boy. I don't need two.
She said she'd say that too.
And Paulie Windmill knows it. As a symbol of how endlessly happy you make me,
As a symbol of how endlessly happy you make me,
I give you this ring
I gave you this ring
so that you and the whole world
so that you and the whole world
will know how much
will know how much
I will always love you.
I will always love you.
Slide it on, sweetheart. And while you're there, we're going to slide that one over the top as well. Fantastic. Okay, so if you could give that, did he do it right?
It's all right. Could have been a bit slicker, but
Bit
yeah.
slicker? Well, let's see how that goes. We'll give him marks.
Now smash it.
That'll smash it, yeah.
Nanosecond.
Okay, you're not looking at me either.
No, I'm just waiting for the nod.
Good. I'll nod.
I'm not going to get the...
As a symbol of how endlessly happy you make me,
As a symbol of how endlessly happy you make me,
I give this ring to you
I give this ring to you
so you and the whole world will know
so that you and the whole world will know
how much I will always love you.
how much I will always love you.
Slide it on, sweetheart.
No, it's sticking.
It's not sticking, it's perfect.
There we go. Who are we giving? No, you're still facing each other, guys. Who are we giving top marks to? Nat?
of course.
Nat, of course.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Team ops.
Before I pronounce you as married, I have just one more thing I want to do. Your wedding day is one that seems to fly. It is a day filled with emotion, friends and family, rings and dances. Many people remember how fleeting their own wedding day was. So I want you to take a few seconds to look into each other's eyes. Think about the happiness that you are feeling in this place, in this moment. Really let that feeling register in your heart and in your mind. Now I want you to think about your life together in 20 years. Where are you? What are you doing? We all know that our visions of the future are not identical, but always complementary. John Lennon once said, "A dream that you dream alone is only a dream. A dream that you dream together, now that is reality. And that new reality starts now." I've been told to get out of the shop. Joe and Natalie, you have expressed your love to one another through the commitment and promises you have just made. It is with this in mind, and by the powers vested in me, that I pronounce you to be husband and wife. You have kissed 1,000 times, maybe more. But today that feeling is new. No longer simply partners and best friends. You have become husband and wife and can now seal the agreement with a kiss. Today your kiss is a promise. So off you go.
And remember, no tongues.
They have been, haven't they? Was that good enough for you, Grace, or do you want to... okay. Okay. Now, we're going to do some signing. Will be about 2 or 5 minutes. We're going to listen to I've Got You, Babe by UB40.
Yeah.
So if you,
Yeah.
if you could, you're going to rock along to that, are you, Dale? I want you to dance up the aisle for us, please. Can I have the cooties, please?
Cooties.
Come on.
I'm just going to... Rosie, so I'll take them off you.
I've gone in.
Oh,
Okay, I need you to sit this side, my love.
what? Excuse me.
Ready, babe?
Was it? Eventually.
Look, I've got a ring.
I've got a ring.
Oh, gosh.
Wait.
Guys, I need
Who's first?
you.
Me?
Yes, can you sit up?
Oh.
And I need best boy, please.
Ooh, best boy.
And Nat, you can sit down here, darling. Okay. I need you to sign where it says, no, not you yet.
Oh.
Keep your powder dry, dog. You are a party of the marriage, so that's you there and you there. So if you can sign there for me, please. You.
Me?
Yes. You.
There.
Here. Here. There.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And in the same spot there. Okay, now I need Mr. Cootie to sign
I
there.
like Donald Trump then.
Did you? I'm going to get Grace to just take one with one of Nina's feathers as a pretend quill.
I'm going to turn this around.
No.
I need you to sign there for me, thanks.
That's how you spell party.
I need you to sign underneath.
Because that's what I normally do. I normally sign under the pen to you.
Okay, so that's the boys done. Now, I do hope you noticed the purple Swarovski pen for this occasion.
Very special.
I'm not leaving it with you though. It cost me a week's pay. Not quite. I need you to sign here for me, thanks. And
For Rosie.
No, for you.
No,
It's
above
you.
Rosie. Rosie, I need you to witness this, thanks.
Yes.
And you need to sign there. Yeah. So if Rosie can sign there.
It's me.
No, you're fine.
And there. Oh,
Rosemary. Rosemary.
Shut up, buddy.
now I also need you to sign, Nat to sign here. And Rosemary underneath. Now, when I go home, I'm going to log all of this into Birch and Marriages. Are you going away?
No.
Okay. It'll take a week before they come through. I'll get you 5 copies certified and bring them up, or we can have coffee somewhere.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But before, I'll let you take some photos. I just need to sign first. I didn't do that once and got caught out. Okay, so we're doing these sorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll get you to hold it up. I want to do one with Nina's feather.
Okay. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay. Do you want to do that first?
You can do.
Thanks.
Can you both hold on to the feather? And you guys at the back will smile at me too. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'll get you to hold it up.
Oh, be very careful that that doesn't fly off.
Yeah.
I've
Got
got
it.
it.
Got it.
Got it.
You showing your ring?
Beautiful.
Okay. Now, I will put the thing in this, and then we're going to walk back to the. Oh. We're going to walk back,
Yeah.
and I'm going to introduce you as Mr. and Mrs.
Okay.
But before I put this into there, and what I'll do is I'll hand this to you while you're both facing outwards, so that she can get a shot of the envelope because it says certificate of marriage.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and of course this one's one of those ones that's going to fiddle, isn't it? Okay, and there's your thing.
Thank you. It's gorgeous.
Now, if you want to send one to people over in England, I can send you the booklet. It's a PDF, so you can
That'd be
send it
good,
over
yeah.
to.
I think they'd appreciate
Okay.
it. Thank you.
So,
Now, come on over, and we'll do this last with that. Okay. Now, I'm going to give this.
is this what it's going to be like? Oh, hang on a minute.
39 years later.
Natalie and Joe, may peace and joy, which only love can bring, and which cannot be taken away by anything in this world, be yours today and in all of life's tomorrows. It is with absolute delight that I present the happy couple, Mr. and Mrs. Birch. Can you you please congratulate the happy couple with a resounding cheer?
Yeah.
Yay! I expect better out of old Mara. Come on.
Tyler.
Come on. Whoa!
Hey!
And can we please show them some love as they make their way down? And could you meet them as, follow them out, if you don't mind? And we're going to play Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Congratulations,
Thank
you
you.
two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My
It's
absolute
beautiful.
pleasure. Absolute. Oh, I'm undressing her.
Not yet.
That's a bit
You
early,
always
isn't
yet.
it? I will put on Perfect, half a sec.
Flowers are pretty, aren't
Yeah. You seen the ones around there?
they? I know, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Cheers, Johnny.
Right in the faces.
Doesn't taste nice.
It
Cheers,
smells
babe.
lovely though. Right down the boobies.
Just trying to give each other a kiss.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Cheers,
Thank you
mate.
very
Thanks.
much. You're gonna go and
We'll get back up here, we'll get these sorted, I'll come back down and just say thanks to them all again.
yeah. Where are we
Bloody
going
hell.
through this? You've not
No, top one.
Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes, baby. I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this, darling. You look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass.
That'll do 'em.
That'll do. I'll be drinking beer by now, mate.
Turn that off. If you could grab that, and I'll give you my bag if you don't mind.
Yep, no, that's right. important set of keys.
Oh, I know. You've always got to be important, don't you, with your keys?
Oh, the microphone.
That's yours? Oh, see, I was going to steal it.
Sorry.
Thank you. Oh, he'd track you down.
And I'd have gotten home and thought, what the hell?
You go, what's this? Oh dear, there's so many bits and